Hello students, I am back with my another video of our 9th class NCERT book, and the name of the book is Beehive. Today we will discuss about poem number 5, that is The Legend of the Northland, and it is written by Phoebe Cary. So what is in the poem? So let's see introduction of the poem. So a legend of the Northland is a ballad. Ballad. What is ballad? Ballad means a poem narrating a story in short stanzas. Ballad is such kind of poem which tells a story in short stanzas. And in the poem, all the stanzas comprise 4 lines. In total, there are 16 stanzas in this poem, and these stanzas will tell us a story. Ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to next generation. Folk culture is a story of any area and is known as ballad. Folk culture comprises of traditional stories which are passed on from one generation to next generation. So let's see that what is in the poem. What is the story behind this poem? So this story is of the Northland area, the area which is near the North Pole. This exact place is not specified, but Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth, that is near the North Pole. Legend. Name of the poem is A Legend of the Northland. So what is the meaning of legend? Legend means a historical story, one which is very old and has been passed on from generation to generation. So that is called legend. So the story is about Saint Peter. Who was Saint Peter? Saint Peter was the follower of Jesus Christ. So one day when he came to a cottage where he saw a woman baking cakes. Saint Peter had been fasting the whole day. So he was hungry and tired. He asked the woman to give him some cake to eat. So let's see in the story, means let's see in this poem who is in the form of ballad, that what happened then. So here are the stanzas. Stanza 1. Away, away in Northland, where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So the poet tells us a story from a place near the North Pole. She tells that the days are too short and the nights are quite long there. Where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter, it means that that area that the days are short and the nights are quite long there. That they cannot sleep them through. It means the people cannot keep sleeping during such long nights, because the nights are too long, so the people they cannot sleep for the whole night. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cub in their funny furry clothes. Where they harness the swift reindeer. Harness means fasten to the cart, and swift means fast, and the reindeer, all of you know reindeer is a kind of a deer found on the North Pole. So where they harness the swift reindeer. So here we are talking about the people, as it was a cold region and it snowed very heavily. So there the people harness the reindeer to their sledges for transportation purpose. And the children look like bear's cub in their funny furry clothes. Poetess, she wants to tell us that the children look like bear's cub. Bear's cub means baby of bear, because the children they look so many clothes and they are wearing fur clothes, so they are looking like bear cubs, because they are trying to save them from the chilly weather. So that's why chill weather, that's why they look like the bear cubs while wearing all these funny or furry clothes. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe this true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. They tell them a curious story. They, who are they here? They means the people of the Northland. They tell them a curious story. Curious means strange to tell. So the people of the Northland tell their kids an interesting story from the past. I don't believe it's true. So the poet does not seem to believe the story yet. He feels like telling it again as it contains a strong message. She wants to tell us that, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. She said that I don't believe that it is true or not, but she said to us that you might be got a lesson from this story. Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching, just as he did you know. Once when the good Saint Peter means a holy person or the follower of the Jesus Christ. So once when the good Saint Peter, so the story took place in the time when Saint Peter was alive, and he lived in this mortal world before moving to the world to heaven. Lived in the world below means on that time he was living in the mortal world before moving to the world of heaven, and walked about it preaching, just as he did you know. Saint Peter would go far and wide preaching the people in his own manner. The poet says that everyone knows that he had his own peculiar way to deliver the sermons. Means the work of the sant is to deliver the preachings or to convey the message to the peoples. So here the poetess want to tell us that just as he did you know. It means that we know that they are having their own peculiar way to deliver the sermons. He came to the door of a cottage in travelling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. So he came to the door. Who is he here? Saint Peter. Saint Peter came to the door of a cottage in travelling round the earth. So good Saint Peter went far and wide delivering his sermon. Travelling round the earth, he reached a small house. In travelling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes. So on side the house, a short sized woman was baking cakes. Saint Peter was hungry, and being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. Just because that he was hungry. Who is he here? Saint Peter. Saint Peter was hungry as it was already evening. The day was almost done means it was already evening, and being faint with fasting because he had not taken anything for the complete full day. So he was feeling weak. Faint means here feeling weak or lacking strength. So on that time he was feeling weak, and he asked her from her store of cake. So he had been tired walking all the day, so almost faint with the hunger. So that's why she asked from the woman to give him a piece of cake, to give him a single one. So Saint Peter was hungry and it was already evening, and he had been tired walking all the day, so almost feeling faint with the hunger. So Saint Peter asked the lady to give him a cake to eat. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it, and though it seemed too large to give away, therefore she needed another and still a smaller one. But it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. So the woman of the house, she was so greedy that she made a small cake. But as the cake was baked, she found it to be large, to be give away to the saint. Therefore, she decided to make another cake smaller from the previous one. This one also seemed too big to woman, so she did not want to part with it too. Means she did not want to give the another cake also to saint. Stanza 9 and 10. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. For she said, "My cakes that seem too small, when I eat of them myself, are yet too large to give away." So she put them on the shelf. So the woman of the house was very greedy. So the lady of the house did not want to give a big size cake to the Saint Peter. So she decided another small amount of dough, rolled it and baked it in oven as thin as a wafer. But she was so mean and selfish that she was not ready to give even that much to the son. She thought that these cakes were too small for her to eat, but they are too big to give away to the others. She said, "No, my cakes that seems too small when I eat to myself." It means she thought that these cakes were too small for me because that is for me. But if she trying to give to the other person, means if they were too big to be given to the other persons. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. And he said, "You are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm." Then good Saint Peter grew angry. When Saint Peter came to know that the woman was cunning and she was so greedy, so on that time he lost his temper when he saw the selfish attitude of that woman. She was already fainting. He was already fainting with hunger, and the woman's act was making him angrier. In a fit of anger, Saint told the woman that she was not fit to be a human. You are far too selfish to dwell in a human form. It means that you are not fit to be as a human. She did not deserve food. He said that to have both food and shelter, means he said that she did not deserve food, shelter and warmth because she was so selfish. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get you scanty food by boring and boring and boring all the day in the hard, dry wood. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to be a bird. Now you shall bird as the birds do. Now Saint Peter cursed the woman to be converted into a bird. He said that she would get only a little food as a bird and would spend her day boring the dry and the hardwood. And immediately she turned into a woodpecker bird and flew through the chimney. She had a scarlet cap of her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in flame. And every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood, where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring and boring for food. So the woman, she had a scarlet cap on her hand. It means the woman was wearing a red colored cap at the time when she was baking the cakes. But all the rest of her clothes were burned. After the saint cursed her, So she was changed into a bird and flew through the chimney. As a result, all her clothes burnt and turned black. Only her red cap retained its color. So the poet is referring to the physical appearance of a woodpecker. Have you seen woodpecker? So in wood, when you see it, when you see the woodpecker, so she is having a small red patch over its head. So in the same way, the poetess, she wants to explain to us, so she wants to describe to you that she had a scarlet cap. Scarlet cap means the same red patch that is over on the woodpecker. So she was turned into a woodpecker, and only the cap means only the red patch that has left on her body, means on the bird's body. And the witch had a black plumage except a small patch over its head. And every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood. So the poet goes on to say that even the school kids have seen that bird which lives in the trees and spends its day boring dry and hard wood to get it food. So it means that what is the and every country schoolboy. Now he wants to tell us, the poet goes to say that even the schoolboy kids have been seen the bird where she lives in the tree until this very day, means she was collecting her food throughout all the day and boring for food, and spends its day boring the day and the hard wood to get it food. So these are the stanzas. That's why the poet has said to you that it is in the form of the ballad. So what is the message that the poetess want to convey to us? The story conveys the message that the greed never goes unpunished. The greedy woman in the poem is punished by Saint Peter for her uncharitable behavior. The legend, the value of the charity and the human being generosity. We should be kind and loving to everyone. If we will forget all these things, so God will punish us for all these things. So we must be sensitive to the sufferings of the other and must be generous and the kind whenever the need arises. God has given enough for everyone's need, and sharing is an act of kindness akin to service of the God. So these are the stanzas and the message of this poem. Let's see about the question answer of this poem and let's revise. Which country or the countries do you think the Northlands refer to? Do you know the answer of this question? Which country or the countries do you think Northlands refer to? Northlands could refer to any extremely cold country in the cold region of the North Pole. It could refer to Greenland, Canada, or parts of Russia. Question number 2. What did Saint Peter ask the old lady for? What was the lady's reaction? Saint Peter was extremely hungry and he had been wandering and preaching all day long without eating anything. He asked the lady for one of the cakes she had baked. And what was the lady's reaction? The lady tried to bake the smallest cake for him but was hesitant to give it away for free. How did he punish her? Who is he here? Saint Peter. And her is the lady. Saint Peter punished the lady by putting a curse on her. He said that she was too greedy and did not deserve to live in the human form. She would not have to build her nest like the woodpecker and work extremely hard for food. Do you think that the old lady would have been so ungenerous if she had known who Saint Peter really was? What would she have done then? Do you think that the lady would have been so generous? Had the lady known who Saint Peter was, she would have exhibited completely different behavior. Instead of being ungenerous, she would have taken very good care of Saint Peter. It might be she would have tried to please him in every way possible. So it could be. Is this a true story? Which part of this poem do you feel is important? What do you think? Is it a true story? So the story is a legend. It is not true. The most important part of the story is when Saint Peter changes the woman into a woodpecker. This conveys an important message that we should be grateful for what we have been blessed with, and we should share generosity with other fellow beings. What is legend? Why is the poem called a legend? A legend is a story from the past that carries an important message, and it usually carry a message or a moral, and it passes on from one generation to another generation to impact the moral values. The poet himself does not believe, the poet herself does not believe this story to be true. It contains certain mythological elements which are unlikely to happen in reality. Hence, this story cannot be true, but it is called a legend as it preaches to be general and to be compassion. I hope, student, that you have got the idea about this poem. Thank you.